Hi and welcome again to Tech in Tech. We'll be moving to Introduction to HTML2. In this part, we'll be taking some HTML basics examples. So, follow along as we take you through some basic examples. But don't worry, in this video, we'll show you some basic HTML examples. And don't worry, if we use tags, you have not learned yet. First, let's talk about the HTML document. In the previous video, we talked about the Doctype HTML. We made to see that the Doctype HTML is very essential because all HTML elements must start with a document type declaration, which is the Doctype HTML, as you can see in the page. And also, the HTML itself begins with the HTML and ends with this end tag. It starts with the beginning tag and ends with this end tag. And as well, when you start writing your code, it has to begin with HTML. After you have put in your document type declaration, which is Doctype HTML, the next is your HTML, then you end it with the HTML end tag. The visible part of the HTML document is always between the body. Whatever content you want to put into your web page, it begins with a body and you put your content in between. Then you make sure you close the body page by putting an end tag. Now, when we talk about the Doctype declaration, what does it represent? The Doctype declaration represents the document type, and the purpose is to help browser to display web pages correctly. So, most browsers identify it. And secondly, it must only appear once at the top of the page before any HTML tag. Then thirdly, the Doctype declaration is not case sensitive. It can start with a small letter D. And lastly, the Doctype declaration for HTML5 is always written in this way: Doctype HTML. Now let's move to the HTML headings. The HTML headings are defined from H1 to H6 tags. If you watched our previous video, we are able to write our first code using our headings H1 to H6. Remember, we are told that the H1 defines the most important headings, while the H6 defines the least important headings, as we have explained in the previous video. And if you have not watched the previous video, you can do well to watch the previous video so that you can understand better in this new video. But do not forget to like our video and as well subscribe. You can also comment in the comment sections whatever questions you have. Let's take some examples which we also discussed as well in the previous video. When we have our H1, just like we were told earlier, that the H1 is the most important headings, the bigger headings, while the H2 is the next headings after H1. H3 is the next heading after H2. So H1 is the biggest, then H2 follows H3, then H6, which is the least important headings. The content in H6 is always very little or tiny. That is for the headings. Now, coming to the HTML paragraphs. Remember in the previous video, we are told that the p tag is for our paragraphs. And HTML paragraphs are defined with the p tag. Example, we have my favorite paragraph, my second paragraph. So this P is trying to tell you that whatever content I'm writing should be in paragraph or in the next line. Remember in the beginning, we said we are going to show you some basic HTML examples, but we are told not to worry if we use tags that we've not learned yet. Remember in the previous video, we learned only H1 tag, the P, and also the P tag. But now we are moving to another tag which is known as the A tag. We use A tag in our web page as for links. The HTML links are defined using the A tag. For example, we have ahref with this website, and this content here will be displayed on the web page. This is my website. So when you click on this is my website, it will take you directly to this website was written here. This ahref will not be displayed on the web page, but rather the content inside the tag. And this href, what does it mean? It is the link destination. The link destination is specified using this href attribute. Attributes are used to provide additional information about the HTML elements. So now we'll talk about the three tag. We talk about H tag, the heading tag, which is H1 to H6. We talk about the P tag that give us paragraphs, and now we're talking about the A tag, which is used for HTML links. Whatever links you want your web page to have, to direct the users to, you use your href to direct them to a particular link you'll be putting when you are coding. So when they click on the content, it directs them to the link which you already put when you are coding. Now another one we are going to use is the HTML images. Now HTML images are defined with the img tag, short form of image. The source file, which is the src, the alternative text, which is the alt, the width and the height, they are provided as the attribute. All these are important when we are using our image tag. Now look at the example below. We have the image src, the image source. Then for instance, we have cat.jpg. The cat.jpg is the link that will direct you to where the picture is, probably on the air, like on a particular website or browser, or wherever the picture is, or probably in the file that you are making use of. Now why the alt here is the additional name or information given to this picture. The reason why the alt is being used is sometimes whereby you're having a poor network, or probably when the user is trying to click on the link and the picture is not displaying. The alt here, which is telling us cat picture, will help the user to know the name of the picture, or to help the user to identify what actually needs to be in that place. But probably network issue did not make the picture to show for the user. And that is why we make use of this alt, which is the alternative text, so that will be displayed for the user to know the picture that ought to be there, or whatever needs to be there that have not been shown yet. Now, for your picture to be concise, accurate, to be fine, beautiful, to be precise, you need to put your width and your height, or else it will just give you a default width to be so large, and it might make the picture to not be organized or malfunction. So when you put a particular width or height, or probably you want the picture to be a very small size, you put a small width or height. A very big size, you put your larger width or your height. So the width and the height helps the picture to be concise, to be accurate, to stay, to be organized. So it makes the picture clear and fine. So that is why it is important we put all these attributes when you are making use of your image tag. So when you are making use of image tag, do not forget your source file, which is src, which comes along with the img src as image tag. Then use your alt, which is your alternative text. Then always put your width and the height of your image. Now we'll be moving to how to view HTML source code. Don't worry, as regards the HTML links, HTML images, we are going to see examples as we go on in our videos. Just make sure you click on like, you subscribe on our channel, and you on your notifications that will remind you whenever our videos is being uploaded. Don't worry, I know you are so happy to learn this and you want to try it out. Just keep calm, take it gradually, step by step. And that is why we are known as Tech in Tech, because we teach you in depth, step by step of a particular topic. So we are still going to go wider on how to use the HTML links. We see examples we try the code out, review it on our browser, we see how it works, and as well our HTML images, we try the code out, review it, we see how it works. Remember in our last video, we are able to see how the H1 to H6 tag works on our code, and we try it on our browser, and also our P tag, we're able to see how it works. So don't worry, we'll still take this in the next video or more. Just make sure you click on your notification that will remind you on whenever our videos are being uploaded, so that you can follow along in our discussion. So do not forget to click on like and subscribe our channel. And if you are just joining us, feel free to comment whatever questions you have, like our videos, subscribe. You can also as well join our Telegram groups. The link is on the comment sections or in the bio. You can join the Telegram groups or through the Telegram username, which is Tech in Tech. Then you can see more minded people where you can ask and collaborate, ask questions that you have. You can as well share our videos to those you feel might be needing to learn this. Now, how can we now view our HTML source code? The first thing we need to do, remember, source code is a fresh code of how our HTML code is being written. So for a particular website, all websites you can see today all have their source code. Now, how can we now view each source code of each website we can see today? First, right click in an HTML page and select view page source. You can use that in Chrome or in Edge or whatever browser, similar browsers you have. This will open a window containing the HTML source code of the page. And as well, for us to be able to inspect an HTML element, you need to right click on an element or on the blank area of the page and choose inspect or inspect elements to see what elements are made up of. Then you will see both the HTML and the CSS. For inspect, you see the HTML and CSS, while for source code you see just the HTML source code of the page. You can also edit the HTML and CSS on the fly in the element or styles panel that are opened for you. So we are going to show you now, so I'd like you to follow along with this. Here is a website of Nigerian.codingforemployment.org. For us first to view the source code of this page, I'll right click on the page. Here you can see view page source. Then click on the page source here. Then can you see this is the page source of the website. You can view the HTML scripts that was written on it. You can edit. Can you see that in the beginning, Doctype HTML was started with Doctype HTML, and it is written just once. If you scroll to the end, you can never see any Doctype HTML any longer. Why then after Doctype HTML, the next one is on the HTML, then the head, which we are still going to talk about more, and so on. Then this is the body. These are the content that will be displayed on the web page. Content, and remember, we are told that you always close your body. This is it being closed and the HTML being closed. Now this is the page source of a website. Now let's have another website. Here is a common website, jumia.com.ng. You want to inspect the code. Then you right click on any page of it. Then you see inspect. Click on it. Can you see the right hand side here? Can you see the right hand side here? Now we can inspect this code because it contains both the CSS here. All this place talks about, explains how, you can see when my cursor moves here, it gives a blur shadow of a particular area where this code works on. Can you see it? Now here is the padding box, the margin, the border. So here are the CSS, which is the cascading style sheet, which we are still going to talk about, but this is just showing you how to inspect whatever website you want to inspect. This is console where you can code as well here. Then you can edit and do whatever you want here. So let's go back. So have you now been able to see how to view HTML source code and how to inspect an HTML element? So I'd like you to try that out. So the assignment for this video is, I'd like you to open any web page or site view its page source, and screenshot what you get on the comment section. I'd like to see your work. I'd like to see your screenshot to know if you are able to get what I did. Then if you feel I'm too fast as I'm explaining, you can pause or reduce the speed of my discussion with you, then reduce it, then so that make it more slower, then you can go along with the video to understand better. Then if you have any questions, do not forget to put it on the comment sections and join the Telegram group so that we can discuss one-on-one discussions so that I can understand better. So thank you so much for watching this video, and do not forget to click on like and subscribe on our channel. So see you in the next video where we'll be discussing our HTML elements. So I'm sure you'll be waiting for this video, so do not forget to try out the one we just finished today. I'm waiting for your comments in the comment section. Thank you and bye.